welcome back to the breakdown where I break down some history and music and the genre and subgenres of metal and punk. Today I'm going to be resuming my experience with Sick New World, so this is like the part 2, and it's about 2026's Sick New World now. So now it's 2026, and System of a Down and Chord are headlighting this time. This time it's a little different. Me and my dad are the only ones going now, and we're staying all the way in Boulder Station instead of literally like 2 blocks away or 4 blocks away from the festival grounds as we did last time. This year there's some returning bands from 2024 like Knocked Loose, Tsunami, Superhaven, and Kitty. They had new legendary bands like Snot, Evanescence, and hardcore and metalcore legends like Terror and Norma Jean play there. So my day began like basically with the Diablo stage. I was basically there the whole day in 2026. I watched Flat Wounds play for the Diablo stage. They opened for the Diablo stage. Honestly, they were so good. They were really good. The crowd didn't deserve them. I moshed for most of their set, and finally on the last song, the pit was pretty big and went crazy and finally had some people in there, so that was pretty awesome. Then Showing Teeth came on for the Diablo stage, and they were pretty good too. Their set made me a fan. Halfway through their set, though, I went to go watch Snot. Now, Snot was amazing. I watched them play their self-titled song, Snot, and then Stupid, and then after that, I went to go watch TSS, which was worst idea ever. I should have just stayed and watched all of Snot, but I went to go watch TSS to get close to End It. Now, when I tell you End It is awesome, believe me, they are. They had so much energy, and they had the balls to speak out about like conflicts around the world and like just like the political like just unjust of the world basically, and they had so much energy. It was so cool. They told people to climb the VIP fence because the VIP fence, like they had a whole VIP section that cut off like the whole stage basically. They took up like maybe like 75% of the stage, which was whack. So they told everyone to climb that and start pitting in front of them. So everyone, and myself included, all climbed the fence and moshed, and their stuff was pretty awesome and hectic. They played this one song called Could You Love Me, and it's a cover by another hardcore band. That song was so good. Now, from this point forward, it was just straight war. Norma Jean, Speed, and then after Bloody Wood and Corrosion and Conformity, they had Tsunami. It was straight chaos. Now, first up was Norma Jean. It had so much people. There was so much people there, and everyone got so hyped when they played Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste, and myself included too. It just went crazy. The pit went crazy. I went crazy. It was awesome. I lost my voice to this song. Now, after Norma Jean, it was like my grace period, so I got something to eat and got some water, sat down and relaxed. While eating, I watched Bloody Wood from a distance. I was just sitting down under the shade and everything. And then after Bloody Wood came Corrosion of Conformity, which they were pretty chill. I never really listened to them. I actually have never listened to them at all, but they put on a good show. Everyone was vibing with them. I watched them from a distance too, but everyone looked like they were having fun over there. Now, finally, Speed was up next. Oh my God. Speed, then Tsunami. This was the holy grail. Speed had so much energy and it was infectious. I moshed for Kill Cap and I pushed through my headache and stuff. It was so insane. Everyone, and I mean everyone around me, was so hyped. There was no one standing still. Everyone was jumping. Everyone was punching each other. It was so awesome. I wish I could go to another Speed concert. Speed was also one of those bands that encouraged everyone to climb the VIP fence, and the singer Jem, he literally just said, I have no respect for this barrier. Climb that mosh. Then after that, Tsunami took the stage, and this was literally just pure violence for the next 30 minutes. Everyone was crowd surfing. Everyone was pushing and punching everyone next to them. Everyone was crowd killing. It was like nonstop, like in madness. It was epic. And Uh, uh, the, the security guards were the lamest people. They kept pushing people back as people were trying to get over the fence, and it was the lamest thing I've ever seen. It was so lame. But yeah, after Tsunami, I made my way to Knocked Loose. Man, Knocked Loose was so fire, but I was so far back and there was no pits in sight, bro. And it was the lamest thing ever. No one was moving near me. I was like the only one singing to every song and banging my head. But nonetheless, they were really good. And after Knocked Loose, I caught some of Coal Chambers set. It was, I think they were just about ending, so I got to watch some of Loco. That's pretty good. They sound really good. Then after that, I made my way to the Diablo stage to watch the crossover between Terror and Pain of Truth. After that, it was pretty good. My favorite song by Pain of Truth was like just Pain of Truth. It was really good to hear that live, and it was really cool seeing Pain of Truth and Terror. They literally just like after one song Pain of Truth did, uh, Terror would just take over and play one of their songs. It was really cool. They were all on stage. They sat down after one another and played their songs. It was really cool. And then at the end, they played a song together, and it was really awesome. Now after that, I had to wait for Death Haven to finish their set, and at this point, I was really exhausted and really dehydrated, which is like same story as last time I went to Signal World. I was drinking enough water. I even had a meal than the previous time, which I didn't. So I don't know why I had a really bad headache or anything like that. Then literally some really nice lady came up to me and we just started talking about like the bands that we saw and like what bands we liked and everything. And then shortly after I told her like I was like going through like a huge migraine and I felt so dehydrated even though I was drinking water. And she was so goated. She saved my night by telling me how to like cure it basically. She told me it was most likely that I had no electrolytes, and I guess no electrolytes just means you can't retain water. So even if you drink a lot of water, it's not going to retain all that. So it just makes you dehydrated still. So you need your electrolytes. So she told me to get an electrolyte drink, an energy drink for the caffeine and sugar to help boost the whatever it does. And no lie, that combo healed me within like 30 minutes. Headache was gone. My dehydration was gone. I felt like amazing. So that's when I got up and finally watched the entirety of Pain of Truth and the Terror set. Now after that, Superhaven came on, and I got really close to them, and I watched them. You know, from the last time I went, they made me a huge fan, so I got to hear really good songs by them. They played "Poor Eileen" again, and they played that one song that's really popular on TikTok right now. I think I forgot what it was called. Youngest Daughter. That's what it's called. Youngest Daughter. Now this set was so good. Like it made me feel so good and made me feel so great and made me feel better about just everything that I was stressing about that whole day. Now after that, it was time to wait for the best band of all time, Poison the Well. Poison the Well. I got really close to them. I had to wait. I had to watch two other sets before them. I had to watch Under Oath. Actually, wait, no, I didn't watch Under Oath. Under Oath was after Poison the Well. It was Wage War. I watched Wage War, and I watched them from a distance. And as soon as their set ended, I got really close to the like where the GA fence starts. I did this because I wanted to get really close because this was my favorite band of all time, and yeah, I was really excited to see them. And then I made the smart move by climbing the fence when none of the security guards were looking. So they opened with Botchla, and everyone in the pit started going ham. And security, I think they had a security change from the Diablo stage because I was here the entire day, and the security looked completely different. So I think they just weren't expecting what was going on there. So they they like ran all over the place, and when everyone was distracted, I climbed the fence and got into the VIP area, and I got really close. And best, it was so worth it. Now, Botchla Live was so beautiful. It was so heavy, so melodic. It was such a good opener. Soon after a couple of songs played, the booming opening riff for Artists Rendering of Me played, and I sang my heart out to this song. Like I literally lost my voice really bad. Like I had a sore throat after singing to that song. And after a moment of silence, they started playing Slice Paper Wrists. And this literally gave my chest a jolt, almost like a panic attack. It was so, it was so awesome. And as they were ending their set, they said this was the last song, and the last song was Nerdy. And oh my god, this is where my voice completely like lost. Like throat was hurting so bad, I completely lost it, and I didn't even know how System was gonna top this. And they did. But after that mythical set, I made my way to the main stages to watch Korn. Now, Korn was really good. I missed most of their set watching Poison the Well, which was completely worth it. So, like, after every song Korn played, I would slowly make my way up because people were leaving from the main stage or, like, just getting distracted. So I would just, like, move in front of people. And instead of moving towards where the Korn was, I was moving to the left side of the stages because that's where System would be playing. And I was trying so hard, or it was my mission to get close to System of a Down. Now, as I was getting closer and closer to the left side, um, Korn ends their song. I think it was with "Freak on a Leash," and everyone went crazy for that song. That song was so good. Now, after Korn's set, System hits the stage, and they start off with "Sweet Pea." Oh my goodness! They did the same song last year, same thing, and I was so hyped. This was literally the greatest feeling ever. Then they played Chicken Stew after. That best, like one of the best experiences ever. And then they hit us with the Prison song, just playing banger after banger. Then finally, the opening riff to Aerials is played, and people around me that I just made friends with, all of us in unison sang. It was so good. It was such a great feeling. And then moments after, BYOB starts, and then everyone goes crazy, singing along. And there's there's a mosh pit from when they first played Sweet Pea. But this song, BYOB, literally got us, like, it literally got them going. A couple songs after that, they played Hypnotize. This song had the whole crowd singing. And then, like, 2 seconds later, they played Bounce. People were going crazy again, singing along while in the pit, yelling, "Bounce, pogo, 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 bounce." Stuff was awesome, dude. And then a couple songs later, they played Psycho. And then finally, they played Chop Suey. They played Chop Freaking Suey. The atmosphere was like the best thing ever. I had the best crowd around me. The pit was going ham. And it started to rain too. It started like pouring, and it made the stage lights look so cool. And it was just, it was awesome feeling all of that. Like the rain, Chop Suey, and it was so good. Yeah, that was literally like top 5 moments in my life. But sadly, after that, I decided to leave and look for my dad because my phone died and I had no way of communicating and finding a way out of there. So, yeah. But as I was walking out, they started playing "Lonely Day," and that song was so good too. But I was already pretty far away from the stage. And then they also played "Lost in Hollywood." Those songs were like the last songs I heard before ending my night. So yeah, that basically like concludes like my night at Sick New World 2026. And the next day I was so sore. It's not even funny. I was so sore everywhere. Even my core somehow. I don't even know how my core got sore. But Sick New World is definitely, like, in my opinion, a really good festival. And if you get the chance, you should go. So, yep, it's the end of my 2-parter episodes. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, baby.